few basic rules here. So this is a logo quiz, right? So we will be displaying a couple of logos for you guys, and you have to go ahead and guess the correct answer. We will display a couple of options for you, so be vigilant on the answer that you choose. And be really quick on your fingers because we do have exciting prizes here. I'll wait for a few more participants and then we can start. Alright, perfect. Swati, hit the button. Perfect. So this, come on, you guys should be aware of this. Largest fashion and clothing brand in India. I spent I think quarter of my salary on this.
This must be our favorite brand.
Good too. Explains why I am broke by the end of every month. Then, good job. I'm glad you guys saw the changes there. Great job. I think we have 58 of them who answered this correctly. Great job. Moving on to the next questions. Keep your fingers ready and gear up. Oh, we have Ritika leading the board right now. Are you Ritika? No. Okay. Kaveri, you're number second, not bad. Okay, so this is a banking and a finance company. I think you guys do see this logo on all your debit cards and your credit cards. So, why do you not play? Okay, wow.
People, you can still join the chat and this Slido platform. You can still join.
If you guys have minutes, you can
scan this QR code.
Thank you, Sonika. Thank you for that. We have Kaveri leading, not bad. Good job. That was in 0.11 seconds. Wow. Alright. Are you guys ready for the next question? Yes? Louder? Yes? Perfect. Let's go. Great. So this is a company that provides a lot of thrills, a lot of adventures. Have you guys ever utilized the company? Pretty popular. How many of you guys know it? Foot care. I see where you're coming from. Okay. Moving on. Swapnali is leading. Not bad, Kaveri. 0.15 seconds. Good job, Swapnali. Let's go. This is considered the world's largest sports accessory wear. Yeah? By the looks on your faces, I know you
Can you move this slider a little down so that people can stand?
98%. Good job. You guys are aware of your brands. I must give you guys that. Nice. Just for that correction, that yes, that is a blue-red tick. It's not a black tick. Swapnali still leading number one. The others, buck up. You still have a couple of questions to go. You can still go up to that leaderboard. So don't give up hope. Moving on, let's go. So this is a startup. Hey, stop helping everybody out and stop. Cheating. It was a startup and it's currently leading with the academics and the teaching and the learnings that they provide to the customers and the market out there. Oh, wow. Just for this, let's go ahead and give us all a round of applause to each other. Swapnali is going to take it. Get up, you guys. Come on. Okay, let's go. Let's go to our next question. Now this was found in Italy, right? I think everybody knows this brand. It's bougie. 53%. Good job. Good job. Keep it up. I agree. Kaveri. I just see these two people going up and down. You guys, where you? Come on. Let's go to our next question. Now this is what my mom cooks every morning. It's a food brand, right? Any guess? Are you agree? I agree. Boring, plain old breakfast, wake up. Good job, Kavya. Let's go. Now this is a grocery store, a departmental store. You name it, you will get the stuff here. It's a drugstore and everything else comprising this. I know that you guys know the answers. Good job. We have 70% who answered that. Great. Keep it up. 46 seconds. Okay. She's leading. She's hitting the floor. She's hitting the floor. Cool. Let's go to the next question, Swati. Now this is a wellness company. Again. Founded in India. I think they mostly believe in using a lot of plant-based products. They believe in using a lot of vegan products. They're cruelty-free. 89%. Good job. How did you come up with ocean food? Please explain. Come on. Let's go. She's gonna take it. Kavya's gonna take this one. Okay. Now this is the audio streaming application. You guys know what it is. You guys know what it is. Give one more second and time up. Spotify, 99%. Good job, good job. Why am I not surprised? Why am I not surprised at this point? 55 seconds. Okay, so this is again a sports car. I think in Abu Dhabi we have a whole amusement park designed on this car's name. Just that little light. Ferrari. Well, I mean, I see where you guys are coming from for the other brands. Those Ferrari, good job. A minute. Cool. Come on, let's go to the next question now. Let me see you answer this. Let me see this. So this is an American skincare brand that mostly specializes in making moisturizers. Do you know what it is? Exactly. Anti-aging moisturizers. 76%. Olay. So it's really, it's tiny on the packaging, so probably that's why you really don't see the face as much. Okay. Swapnali, we're back on top again. Good job, Swapnali. Let's go. Come on. I spent like I think half of my day surfing my lips. I think we all know what this is. Good job! Good job! Let's go. right? You can still come up on the leaderboard. Now this is again a social media application that was based out in California. I think everybody knows that. The little bird. Twitter, 100%. Good job. Okay, so this is a tire manufacturing company. Come on, it's pretty easy to guess as well. Stop helping everybody. Stop. 43% Michelin. Yeah, good job. Not even 50, but it's okay. We'll buck up. Kavri is back on the top. Good. Let's go. Now this is a television or a production house. I think the logo pretty much says what it is, right? Use that little brain of yours. Paramount. The mountains, mountain. Good job. Let's go. Let me see you guess this. This is a college, a university. People still got it wrong. I gave you a hint and you still got it wrong. Wow, it's Harvard. It's not Cambridge. That's Harvard. Let's go. Our next question. So this is an organization, an NGO that was found in the America. It mostly goes ahead and protects wilderness, wildlife, and it's based on those things. Do you know this? Nah? And you thought this is going to be easy, huh? 33%. How baby? Okay. We have 3 more questions to go. This is a watch brand. I'm sure you guys have seen it in malls, in a television, website. It's considered to be very expensive. I don't know. 70% Rolex. You guys are right. She's gonna take it. She's gonna take it. Okay. So this is again an NGO. I've given you guys enough hints in the question. You can guess it. Let's go ahead and try, okay? So it started off, so this NGO started off with women and with everybody in poverty, but it's recently moved to kids and children welfare. So that's how it's moved into recently. 96. There you go. UNICEF, you're right. 2 more questions to go. I see you yawning. Are you getting bored? Okay, let's go. So this is, I love your chocolates. I love your chocolates. Who else likes their chocolates? Yeah.
And don't forget the Maggie.
3, 2, 1, and the answer is Nestle. 98%. General Mills and Baby. Not bad. I mean, it's okay. We still got like the majority answer. Last question. Last one. This was basically designed to format the MP3 or to burn the CDs to MP3s. The logo should pretty much give out the hint here. Okay. Good job. Okay, I'm going to hand this off to Sonika. Thank you so much for your time.
Time to announce the winners. So, can we have the winners, please?
we are leaked.
I hope we did not share the PPT with Kaveri. Hope we were not having the PPT. Alright, so we have vantage points for all the winners. Now a quick question. Maybe I would like to ask you, who is your superhero?
My father.
Who is your superhero?
My mother.
Maybe who is your superhero?
My superhero. Superman.
Alright. Who is your superhero?
I'm my superhero. I think I'm a superhero.
Great. It's good to have asked me. I have so many superheroes. For me, women are the superheroes. Agree?
Yes.
Yay. So women, they never stop inspiring us, right? So we had a contest like few days ago where we asked people to send a video, a 1-minute video or a write-up along with a photograph. And let's see who all are the winners for that contest. Can we have the winners on screen? And here we go, second runner-up, Rupa Murthy. Have a big round of applause for Rupa. And the first runner-up. Oh, we have a video. I really like the title. Wow, that was amazing. Congratulations, Rupa. Now we have our first runner-up.
Thank you so much.
Kavya Komal. Congratulations, Kavya. Amazing art.
She's born to destiny with pride of the growing her journey. Her spirit unfettered and free.
So amazing. Now we have the winner. Any guesses? We have the winner, Selma. Congratulations, Selma. Since we have a poetry from her, just have a glimpse of this poetry. As a little one, I only wished for her warmth. Show would pick me up even without those wanting prompts. I would know if it wasn't her. Her heartbeats are all I wanted to hear. One who would be awake just to see me asleep. It hers the only love that is eternal and deep. time arrived when I had to step out without knowing the surroundings of evil power. She was here holding my palm, teaching me to always be calm. I always want her by my side. She is my priority and pride. That was amazing. Congratulations to all the winners. Now I would like to call Jayata to please wrap up this session.
So did you all enjoy? I don't get to hear from the people online, right? Okay. I have a bit of and I do not have any prize to give away, but I have 4 questions. It's like guess the person. I'm going to narrate a few lines from them, and let's see if you know your leaders well. So, okay, the first one. When I was born, way back in 70s, my father promised my maternal grandfather that he will ensure his daughter gets best of education and is no less than a boy child. Coming from deep interiors, I'm not going to tell you where, then you would know where. Ours was a very conservative family then, and a girl child was still a taboo. I'm the first girl in my family who has done engineering and started working when the college got over. She's one of the most influential women leaders that we have, part of India management team, leads one of the businesses, and I wouldn't be wrong if I say that she has a very good number of fan following. Yeah, so that's Manu for you. The second one, born into a very progressive family and part of an economically successful ethnic group from the foothills of a state, with a very distinct culture and celebrated history that she wears as a badge of pride. She was always encouraged to make her own decisions, forge her own path and speak her mind. She, of course, and they're not allowing me to finish. That's of course Kaveri. Third one, coming from a gully of Chennai. Okay, but I will complete what she has sent. She is not here with us today. Comes from an orthodox Brahmin family where women cannot have opinion of their own, but listen to the head of the family, usually a father or a husband. Decisions made by parents for the girl child, and the child listens to the parents as a mark of respect. Wearing sleeveless was banned, going to a parlor is a sin, and entering kitchen during those monthly cycle was also banned. To overcome all these and be a business leader who takes decision for the organization, and as a leader, her opinions are heard, valued, and respected. Today, she stands as an example for a teenage daughter that's being educated and being independent and taking charge of her own life as a head of family. So that's, of course, Aarti Ganeshwar. And I think that wouldn't be no-brainer leaving me. So a bit of a story of myself. I come from a very, very small town in the northeast part of India, which is called Assam. When I was 14, I had a dream that I wanted to be an independent person, irrespective of the education. I went and told my parents. The answer was no, because nobody ever from my community, friends, family, by nobody I mean no girl, have ever stepped out of a place where I belong to in Assam. And those days we did not have access to, it makes me feel very old, but that's the reality. We did not have access to internet, and the access of information was very, very minimal. It took me 2 years to convince my parents and convince mostly the relatives, not so much the parents, that I will not bring shame to the family. So with that confidence, owe this big time to my parents that they sent me to Bangalore. I came to Bangalore, couldn't even speak English. That's how I started my journey. And yesterday I'm very happy that I can call myself an independent woman. So The reason I shared this story is that if we can, then all of you can. All you need to do is just be yourself, constantly perform in the workplace. Performance is neutral, it's a gender neutral thing. So please continue to perform and believe in yourself. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Jayanta. Wow, we got to learn so much about our women leaders in Deco. What a lovely, fun-filled day it was. I hope we made the women among us feel special and proud, right? So thank you so much all of you for attending this event, and special thanks to Raj, Mani, Kaveri and Jayada for being the pillars for women in your life contest and being the pillars to help us organize this program. I would like to thank our panel for Women in Life contest, Preeta, Tirtha, Mani and Alaksha, and Swati of course for flyers and arranging all of the marketing support and coordination. And last but not the least, I would like to thank Vijay from admin and Sunil from IT team for all the IT support and wonderful arrangements. And we have the snacks and refreshments in all our corporate branches. So please grab your refreshments. Thank you. The beautiful ladies and all people present here and virtually as well. So, a lot of colleagues here would know She for Her. This is Adecco India's very own women network. For colleagues who have joined us in the recent past, we would like to introduce She for Her, platform where we, women, come together to connect, to share and to suggest. We invite volunteers from different business lines across different branches to join the committee. You can reach out for any ideas or suggestions on wandsupport@adecco.com. Before we start the event, request everybody to please download the Slido app on your respective mobile phones, or you can just scan the QR code. Thank you. Women are daughters.
Women are wives, friends, and everything that you know.
And women are not only confined to the household boundaries. Women are IPS officers, surgeons, engineers, lawyers, recruiters, accountants, and what not. And so, today is an important day. This day celebrates women, young and old, rich and poor, housemakers and office goers, single and committed. This day celebrates women as they are and who they are. Today, I, Sonika from APAC Finance,
And I, Sampa from Asia.
your host for the event, wish you all a very happy International Women's Day and welcome you all to this very special She for Her Women's Day program.
So everyone, we have a long list of fun and fun-filled activities for you all. So we would want you all to be welcome and enjoy this event. Thank you.
Let's see what some of our Elopahites have to say about this special event.
Here you go.
This is Naveen Chalapat and wishing you all a very happy International Women's Day. I would like to thank Adecco for celebrating the International Women's Day. To all my women colleagues here, please remember each of you are super special because you not only manage the office well, you also make sure that you take care of your families in the best possible way. Women's Day is a celebration of their achievements, their capabilities, their contributions, and also a reminder of the challenges still faced by women
But the
across
people
the
online
world.
cannot hear
For
the
example,
messages.
a As per the United Nations, women still earn 23% less than men globally. Women occupy only 24% of the parliamentary seats worldwide. Women in some countries are not treated well. This needs to change and needs to change quickly. Again, happy International Women's Day.
Hello everybody, my name is Hari. I take care of religious business for India. Diversity, equity and inclusion is the buzzword that most of us are talking about in conference. E that stands in the center literally is the bond that keeps the day and initiatives going. And yet, E as a concept is so differently understood by each of us. Often, we mistake between equality and equity and workplace. Equality is like everybody has a shoe. Equity is everybody has a shoe that fits them. In other words, equity is a conscious decision taken by the corporates to ensure right resources are available at the right time and are freely accessible to be utilized by all individuals that fits their context and are able to thrive in the workplace. If we don't do this, what will happen is we are not going to have that diverse voice, knowledge, or perspectives in the boardroom when it comes to making critical decisions. This could be extremely detrimental to our growth. And hence, equity becomes extremely critical for us. One group that needs this as focus are women. Because in a country such as India, there are inherent impediments and roadblocks that women hit. It could be because of lifestyle changes, it could be because of their need. We have access to education, we have pay parity related issues, or it could also be the biases that are there inherent that hits them when it comes to growth and development opportunities. As professionals, you and I can make a big difference here. In every set of activities that
I would now like to request Vidya to please share the words on this special event.
Good afternoon, can you all hear me? We'll start with that.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Hey, good afternoon to all of you. It's actually both an honor and a privilege to actually be opening this session for the entire team here. I know it consists of both men and women in the room, so let me also be a bit more broad in my welcome to all of you. And even though I did not hear what Naveen and Hari said completely, I'm assuming that they have put in perspective the importance of having a gender balanced organization. And I think that's one thing that I'm very, very proud of. The fact that as EDECO India, we have a fantastic balance in diversity, gender diversity specifically, across the organization. And we strive to make sure that this diversity balance is there at every level in the organization. And that's something that we will continue to focus and continue to focus. Can we ask everyone to go on mute, please?
Everyone join virtually, please mute yourselves. Except Vidya, please everybody mute yourself. Can we just unmute Vidya? Vidya, could you please unmute yourself, Vidya? Could you please unmute? Yeah.
Can you all hear me now? I hope it can. So don't say yes. I'm assuming. So first of all, I'll start again because it was quite noisy. I couldn't really follow it. But it's an honor and a privilege to be opening this Women's Day for EDECO India. I'm specifically very proud of the fact that we have a gender balanced organization. I think it's my effort, it's the management team's effort to keep it that way, one, but also to steadily increase the
gender diversity and increase the number of women in the management team of Adeco India as well. So there's a clear opportunity for all of us to aspire to be there on that management team as we improve that diversity balance there as well. Now, why do I believe that a gender diverse organization is an important way to actually build an organization? We live in a society where if you just look outside, it is 50% men, 50% women. Every organization, I think, should reflect the society in which we operate. That's the first thing. There are perspectives and there are thoughts and ideas which all of you women bring to the organization, which is different from the perspective and thoughts that many men bring to the organization. And not having both those perspectives is ultimately detrimental to the performance of an organization, but also to the culture of an organization. And that's where I see this as being an extremely important aspect of any organization. Now, we as a company, we also have to make sure that we enable an environment for all of you to operate in. I think we have to make sure that as women continue to progress in companies, we have to create an environment where there are opportunities for all of you to be treated with complete equity and to have equal opportunities in everything that we do. I think that's an important element which the responsibility lies with the owners of the organization and the leaders of the organization to ensure, and that's something that I'm very, very committed to and will continue to enable at Adeco India. I think that's a commitment I make to all of you. I always talk about the fact that none of us would be here but for some very strong women in our own lives, correct? So I specifically oftentimes talk about my mother. My mother is now 80. Actually, she celebrates her birthday next week, or 2 weeks from now. And she was a lecturer in Mount Carmel College in Bangalore, starting from in the 1970s. So she went back to work when myself and my brother were relatively young kids. We were, I think, 6-year-old and 7-year-old or so at that point in time. But she went back to work at Mount Carmel College as a lecturer in zoology, and she worked for 30-35 years there. And I still remember the amount of effort she had to put to make sure that our family could actually have a good start to our life. So for myself and my brother. So I'm not sure how many of you are in Bangalore, but we used to live in Malaysia, and the Mount Carmel College is in Masal Nagar. And she would take 2 buses every morning to be at the college by 9 o'clock, finish her whole day, and again come back home by 4. And she ensured that everything was organized for the family. She worked hard in the mornings to make sure that we were ready to go to school with our lunch boxes, and she was back home in time when we were back to take care of us, our homeworks and things like that. So it's for me it's quite personal about the amount of sacrifice she had to make to enable me to be where I am. At the same time, I also saw the role that my dad played, who was a professor at microbiology in Tata Institute, the role that he played in ensuring that my mother was supported in that journey. So he took an equal role in ensuring that there was an environment at home where my mom could actually do what she was doing, and gave her the space and the time to contribute both to the family but also to her own career as she went through building a long successful career at Mount Carmel College. So to me, I think those things leave an imprint on each of us as human beings, right? I think what you experience at home as a child in terms of what your own my hero, my mother, what my mother does, and then how your dad supports, or my dad supported her. So that leaves a lasting impression on many of us, and to me those are the role models that I look up to as to how women can progress, but also how men can support women have successful careers and successful families. And I think that's something that I just thought I would share with you, because to me it makes it very personal. And those are the kinds of things which also motivate me to make sure that that we operate an organization where those opportunities exist. The second part I would like to say is, what is that environment that I wish to create in this company? Again, let me make it very personal. I have a daughter, she's 20, and she's going to go into an organization soon. And as a father, I'm very clear, right? I want my daughter to go to a place where she's treated fairly, where she has security, and she has fun doing what she's doing. And to me, it's also important that the organization I lead reflects the culture and the environment where I would like my daughter to go to and feel safe, be secure, and also build a successful career. So I just wanted to share those two things as to what guides me and what motivates me to actually do what I do every day at TEDeco India, and also how I wish to create an organization there for all of us. So I wish all of you and all of us a lot of success. I wish all of you a very good program today, and looking forward to seeing you all in a couple of weeks again.
Thank you, Vidya. I think this was an awesome example of equality, and really thank you wherein you have shared your personal experience. So I would like to call upon stage Kaveri to introduce our external guest speaker.
Is Jemina on? So it's my proud privilege to introduce an industry peer, Jemina Menon. She is a result-oriented, ROI-obsessed marketing professional with over 25 years of experience in retail, real estate, FMCG, and marketing. Her key strategies are business strategy, brand management, omni-channel, e-commerce marketing, digital and social media marketing. I first met Jemina through a common forum, which is the DME Asia CMO meet, and she's my go-to person, and she's such a wonderful giving person. I go to her whenever I need some additional advice on marketing. So without much further ado, let me just turn over the stage to Jemina. Jemina, welcome, and over to you. To unmute your mic.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you very much for having me. It's my pleasure to address such a lovely audience. The fact that there are men over there also makes us truly embracing equity today. And I do hope I can add value. Kaveri, I must congratulate you for thinking of a topic like personal branding, because we as women tend to speak much lesser about ourselves and our achievements. And I'm really hoping that I encourage you all to go out and share whatever it is that you wish to share and make it impactful too. So if you could help me with the presentation, then we'll go straight into it. So while Kaveri told me this is about building personal brands, and I saw the responses of the many ladies who filled in about what they are expecting from the session, I think it's also as much about unlocking one's own potential. And it's my job now over the next few slides to take you through this whole unlock process. Next slide, please. And if we could go into the presentation mode, it will be easier, animation and some slides. what is this personal branding session about? For me, it's only about you and only you. Please. Pati, if you could proceed. So it has nothing to do with me today, and which actually means that it needs to be a very participative activity. It's not about me telling you things, but it's about actually making you think and setting you on the path of personal branding. The end result I wish for you is you really know what you are and you present yourself to the world. I think most of us know what we are. What we perhaps as women hesitate to do is put ourselves out there and present ourselves the way we want the world to see us. We are too conditioned to be presenting ourselves as most other things to be. And maybe we go to the next slide, and there's an interesting activity there. So my first question to you today is, which is the first item most of us use every day? If you could use Slido to respond to it, I would really love to see what the response is.
Mobile.
Alright people, we have some activity for you. You can just see in the chat, there is a QR code. You can just scan through the QR code and download the Slido app, and you can just start participating in this activity. This is available in the chat. Please reminder, can you unmute yourself please?
This is exactly why branding is crucial. Can we go back to the presentation?
I hope you all get access to the chat and you all have already participated in this activity. Alright, let's have some fun.
Sleepers and sandals. What is the first thing you use every day morning when you wake up? joined with morning brush. Wow. Can we have some more? Okay, can we have something else? Brush, light, rain. Ah.
Look like water has more votes.
Kitchen room, obviously straight away we go to a kitchen room, right? More participation, guys. All done? Bluetooth speaker. That's interesting, my husband.
Hey, Jamina, back to you. Would like to.
Okay, if you could go back to the presentation.
That was interesting.
I think this question shows that the most popular items were mobile, water, followed by toothpaste or toothbrush. And what's very clear is that most of us somehow did not pay either Apple or Samsung or LG or Lenovo, but we said mobile. We didn't pay Colgate or Pepsi, but we said toothpaste. And that's exactly why branding becomes important. To go from being something important but inconsequential as a brand, and which is why branding becomes extremely crucial. Can you please? I have circulated this question, and these were some of the responses some of you gave on what do you see yourself as. You were asked to kind of, define what you are and the world should see you and what you would like to be seen as. My two favorites go to the next slide.
Is now exiting.
This business slide. For people who branded themselves, what who said they want to be their own brand. So definitely, I hope that after this session,
Movement is audible at the back.
So again, we see more people names here rather than brands. What's also interesting is the next two slides. If you could go to the next slide, please. Two very powerful brands were the ones which came before after individuals, which was Tanish, I think a brand most of us as women relate very, very highly to. What was important is the brand values we gave these brands. Tanish is about diamonds and sparkle and shine. It's about trust. Apple is about being innovative, about being different. So these are the attributes you are seeking others to find in you when you mention this brand. And then the last set of brands which was equally interesting. The next slide, please. These are clearly ecologically sensitive, ecologically pro, environment friendly people from Adecco who are looking at brands like Somalia, Patagonia, Plum because of the environment friendly and sustainable nature of these businesses. And which is where it shows that you as an individual are environment friendly and would like to make choices which are in rhythm with your people. So now let's go ahead and build our brand. What really is a brand? It's what the customer thinks you do. When people picked Spanish, they spoke about the shine, they spoke about the sparkle, they spoke about the luster. So it is about wanting to shine. Apple was about innovation. Actually, Google was also a very famous brand with everybody saying it's indispensable and it's knowledgeable. So this is what customers think you do. And as you can see, the attributes are very close to what the product actually is. And as we proceed further, as I said, some of you chose environment-friendly brands because that is something you are as a person and those brands spoke to you that language. For others, yes, Google like a word. And finally, it is what, Steve Jobs said. It's what people say when you are not in the room. Actually, Jeff Bezos, sorry for the time for you. Now let's discover what is the personal brand in everyone's life. Is it really different from a brand? I'm sorry, we need to go back to slide because this will really form the crux of how detailed I go or how fast we go. Presentation. So can we all vote on a poll, yes or no, that is a personal brand different from just a brand?
Guys, hi everyone, you can just see the poll at the chat and you can participate. Yeah, I think we got the drift, so maybe while Swati takes us back to the presentation, can I request one person who said yes, a personal brand is different from a regular brand, tell me why they think so? Anybody willing to share that?
Hi, this is Prakash.
Yeah, Prakash. Why do you think a personal brand is different from a brand?
It's my personal view, a personal brand is very different from a regular brand because, when you personalize something, you have something specifications, some particularity about you, for that you are different from others, okay? So if I say I'm just a cosmetic brand, so it's like regular, I will have to say, but if I say, I'm dermatological tested and I will have vitamin C and all those things, so I become very specific to my audience who are going to buy me or my regular fixed customers. So I think a personal brand is something personalized and with a clarity of what they want to say and give to the customer.
Okay, so let's clarify here. Personal brand was you as an individual being a brand versus a brand which is like any other brand. A brand has its soul, a brand that you can touch, feel or experience. So for example, mobile is a product, but Samsung and Apple are brands.
Right, yeah.
Toothpaste is a product. Colgate and Pepsodent or Colgate variants are different brands. right? Since our workshop is on personal branding, it is about you as an individual. How is a person's branding different from a product branding, right? So the question really was, and I'm sorry if it was unclear, was that if it is an individual as a brand, how different is it? It is Jeff Bezos is a brand and Amazon is also a brand. But are both really different?
Jamina, I think you did not get my point also. I also mean the same, like I said that cosmetics and particularly me as a brand, like I'll give a name, but I did not mention because I'm ABC, okay. So that only I said, like cosmetic and me individual as a brand with my quality and my features.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would anybody here like to answer
What you're
this?
saying is that having a brand or having a product attribute
Including my notification, name and features and clarity, yeah.
Would anybody here would like to answer this?
So I will just elaborate further in my next slide if we could
Maybe
go there.
we can just move on to the next thing.
So the answer is no. But then what I meant was a personal brand. Like I said, Jeff Bezos as an individual and CEO of Amazon is as much a brand as Amazon as a brand. And like the lady was sharing, it is about the attributes we put. So whether it is a human brand or a physical brand, attributes make you a brand. It doesn't matter whether it's a person or it's a product. The only difference is person unreal. It's not an object or an intangible entity. Google is search, right? It's intangible. We experience the search result. Yeah? Spanish is the case of three physically feeling the brand. Same with Apple, right? But in a personal brand, it's only about really being human versus being non-human. Can you repeat?
Wow, that was
Yeah.
really informative.
What I said, a real
Thanks,
person,
thanks,
a
Jamila.
real human being can express himself or herself. Yeah, we can continue.
Thanks, Jamila, and our special thanks
What
to
is
Kaveri
branding
for
typically
facilitating
defined
this
as?
talk
It
with our
is the
external guest
purposeful,
speaker.
intentional act
Jamila, are you able to
creating
hear us?
authentic and memorable events of yourself. Yeah. The keywords here are
Hey,
authentic
Jamila, are you able to hear
and
us? I think there is some technical glitch. Can you hear us? Yeah. So that was really informative and we had a lot of fun in that whole session especially. I would like to specially thank Kaveri to facilitate this talk with our external guest speaker. We got to learn good things about brand, personal branding, differentiation and all. I would now request Sonam to please take it over from here. Sonam, over to you.
Hello everyone, can you hear me? Yes. Can I hear you? Can you hear me? Yes. A very happy Women's Day to each one of you. Thank you for joining here. You all must be aware that we conducted a survey on well-being, right? Where you raised some personal views, where you raised some questions, which will be answered now by our panelists. In the panelists, we have Jayata Roy, VP HR. Then we have A.R. Ramesh, Director PS and Digital Business Solution. We have Kaveri Uthappa, Associate Director, Marcom. We have Ravi Shankar Subramaniam, VP Finance Operations, APAC. We have people joining us virtually. We have Adarsh Anand Sudhakar, Director, SSC. And we have Manu Segal, Director, GS. So these two people will be joining us virtually. Please give a big round of applause for all our panelists here. Request all the panelists to please come here and be seated on the respective seats. Okay, so virtually people are not able to join us due to some reason. So this is the panelists that we have. Yeah. So my first question is for Jeta. Jeta, suggest few strategies to maintain a positive attitude.
Hi everyone, and wishing each one of you a very happy Women's Day. The question was on positive mindset. Well, easier said than done. For me, there are 4 points that I always remember when it comes to positive mindset. The first one, to accept that we all are human beings. It's not always easy to be in the positive side of mind. So whenever you see yourself getting into the negatives or the negativity, acknowledge that it's okay to become negative at times. It's okay to, is it okay? It's a lot of echo that I can. So the way it works for me is that I acknowledge that I'm a human being, I'm not a superwoman. It's okay to feel negative at times, it's okay to feel vulnerable, it's okay to feel sad. So the very first thing for me is acceptance that it's okay, all days are not the same days, there would be ups and downs. Most importantly, accept and move on. That's the first point for me. The second one would be, how many of you are aware of this inner voice that constantly plays in our mind? I'm not looking good, I look fat, khana zyada kha liya, gym mein jana hai, you know? I mean, that happens with me most of the times. So to be aware of such critics that's there, I call it as an inner voice, those constant dialogues that happens in our mind, be aware and we cannot shut them down. This is how we all are tuned to or made of. What we can do is turn down those volumes when those dialogues that plays in our head is not really serving us well. The third one for me would be is to practice gratitude. Have you ever tried journaling? It's called as gratitude journal. Have you heard of it or have you tried this? How many of you have tried this before? Okay, I have seen a couple of hands here in this room. This helps. Initially, when I was introduced to journaling gratitude, and I was like, what the, okay. So, it's not gonna work out. This is another gimmick, and this is all, this is absolutely not for me, and I'm not made for such tools, but it really helped. End of the day, when I'm winding up, looking at what went well, especially the days I've noticed when the days I accept and I know that I'm not in my best of my positive mindset, looking at what all that I have good in my life, right? It could be as good as that I have my family still around with me. So when you start looking at the good part of your life, what all you have, and start journaling, and it's so good when you turn back and go, even after a month, when you go back and look at your gratitude journal, it is nothing but a very, very positive experience. So that's all that I have the answer for this question.
Thank you so much, Shilpa. I think the audience has taken the points. I guess you people have noted it, and we'll start incorporating it in our life if we have not already. The next question is for Kaveri. Kaveri, what motivated you to step up and become a leader in the organization?
So personally, I don't believe that leadership is a role or a title. And let me share an incident of what sort of reinforced this belief in me. So I was working for Atos. Atos, many of you wouldn't know, is a worldwide IT partner for Olympics. So they do end-to-end, digital security, end-to-end, IT partnership. So I joined Atos in July 2011, and the team was already prepping for the London Olympics. And there's a huge team of 4,000 technologists, who work on this. And in marketing, we used to have a campaign that said, oops, do it again, right? Obviously, it cannot go wrong. It's absolutely no second chance kind of a IT project, and the biggest IT project for Atos. So we were sitting, and there was a testing team that I was part of, and there's a huge escalation from the IOC committee. So I had a program manager sitting next to me, and the guy on the other side was giving him a tough time. He said, okay, I want to escalate, bring your CEO in. And he stood his ground, and he said, I'm the program manager. I will handle this issue. I will fix it, give me time for a day. There is nothing that I can bring my CEO Milind Kamath and he will solve this problem for you. He was so confident and he was so passionate about his role that the customer on the other side was so irate, understood and listened to him, and he didn't escalate. I learned a very important lesson that day, that no matter what your role is, you are a leader in your role. I start my day with the same passion that I had 20 years ago. Right? So whatever your role is, you are a leader in your role. So that's my leadership mantra.
So So I guess that is what a leader is, grounded and humble at the same time.
Let me quickly add, and I'm sure the others on this panel will agree with me. So leadership is not something we are born to. It's something that we sort of grow into, right? It's taken us this many years to go to school of hard knocks, work with excellent leaders, work with excellent organizations that shape you into who you are. So whenever you think of leadership, that's what you guys should be doing. Mold yourself, learn every day, bring in that culture of learning. So I think that's the mantra.
Thank you, Kaveri. My next question is for Ramesh. Ramesh, has work stress ever affected your personal relationship or health? How do you manage it?
Before I answer that question, first of all, let me tell you, I'm really honored and humbled to be in front of so many ladies. So, first I want to take a bow, because like Vidya said, see, I've seen the kind of inner strength that women can bring in very tough situations in the family. I've seen my mother, I've seen my wife, and now my daughter. So, I really think hats off to all of you. She was talking about leadership, she was talking about caring, and I think naturally women tend to care much more than men. I think that's one of the most intrinsic qualities. So I think hats off to all of you. The privilege to be here once again. Now coming back to my question, work-life balance and how do I manage to... Yeah, so I'll just give you a simple formula which I follow. If you need to be happy, there are two things which are very important in life. One is physical and mental. So these are the two things. So at least I start my day usually with yoga. I spend at least half an hour doing some kind of exercise. You would have seen me walking around this building, doing reviews. Or I would have been in a swim in my apartment. Or I used to go to the gym. Something to keep you physically fit, that keeps you mentally sharp as well. The second thing which I practice is meditation. I'm pretty religious. That's one other reason, because we believe that Shakti is the paramount force in our religion. So that's one more reason why I respect all the women around here. And I think meditation, yoga, and other things, could be puja, could be whatever it is, going to a temple, will keep your mind calm. So there's something called my time. I'm just telling you my personal experience. I have 2 hours dedicated in a day as my time. No intrusion. When I say my time, it is not my wife, not my kids, not office, nothing. I like to spend those 2 hours by myself, either doing exercise or doing meditation, or even when I'm in the car listening to podcasts, listening to music or whatever. So that's how these things help me be motivated and also be myself. I think I've been able to manage work and life pretty well. No big hiccups, but I've heard my wife tell me, you're always preoccupied, you never listen to my question. I'm asking you something, you're telling something else. So I don't know if I've succeeded, but this is what I do.
I think all of us enjoy our me time, especially girls. Don't we enjoy going out alone shopping? Is that not a therapy? Right? So, thank you for bringing it, but I think girls do enjoy their me time, and good to know that even guys want me time. So, the next question is for Ravi. What is your definition of mental well-being? What is the one practice you do every day to keep yourself composed?
Okay, first of all, like Ramesh said, right, so we are the odd 2 men sitting here, but I'm so privileged that you guys invited me. Happy to be sharing the dais here and sharing my thoughts on the well-being part. So if you talk about well-being, it's more about mind and mindset. So for me, how do I feel today, right? So that's how it starts. How do I act or react in the office? How do I function? How do I do things, right? So that's what is all about mind and mindset. Having a healthy brain is so important. Having a focused brain is so important. So I'm going to talk about how I keep my brain healthy. What do I do, right? So I spend my time focusing on training and learning. So, I mean, there is so much to learn every day, and I do that in this organization as well. So that's one focus area. I tend to relax as well. You need to take time off daily and occasionally. An average man or woman requires 6 to 8 hours of sleep. So that's what I take care, and I probably take some vacations as well, so that I keep my mind fresh, right? And nutrition is a very important factor to keep your brain. Where did I learn all of this, right? So I got trained to Tignam. I don't know if you guys have heard about this. They are one of the leading pioneers in talking about well-being, right? So probably you can Google them and find out. There is a lot of materials which is available talking about Tignam. And one of the important elements is how you keep your brain active with having a good balanced diet and balanced food, right? So most of you guys should know you have left brain and right brain, right? So the left brain, basically, anybody can answer what the left brain does for us, what its significance is? Yeah. So left brain is more about logical thinking, and then you have your right brain. So anybody about creativity, right? So, and what we learned from Tignam, based on your food habits, you can make your brain function right or left, right? So what do I follow? I give a lot of preference to vegetables and fruits. I eat a lot of nuts during the day. I eat fish. And yeah, these are the things that I do, right? So, thank you.
Thank you so much. My next question is for Jeta. Jeta, how do you manage your emotions during difficult conversations or bad feedback?
Well, for me, there is nothing called as a bad feedback. Honestly, wherever I am today is basically, or rather is because of all the feedback that I have received. Now, of course, the choice is on us, or it has always been on me. Whom should I listen to and whom should I not? What feedback should I take and what feedback should I not? But I've never ever considered something as a bad feedback. It has always helped me. There are times I have been close to feedback because it did not really sound good to me. But I realized those feedback has been of tremendous, I would say, importance to me for shaping me who I am today. So there has never been a bad feedback for me. Next question was on difficult conversation.
Difficult conversation or bad feedback? Yeah.
I think there are two different things, right? Feedback is when you are receiving some input. Difficult conversation at workplace, the way I handle is keeping it to the point, going data-based, facts-based, and not so much about what I think or what I feel. Because many a times what I feel may not be the way whom I'm talking to is also feeling the same way. So to avoid getting into those kind of a difficult, I would say, managing the emotions part of it, it's about base your discussion on facts and then things follow. It has been good for me so far.
Great.
Thank you.
So, point to be noted from Jeta will be, constructive feedback, putting a filter on a ear. Listen what you want to hear. Okay? Moving on to Kaveri. Kaveri, what advice would you give your 25-year-old self on well-being and work aspirations?
Okay, first I'll have to tell you what I was doing when I was 25 years old. I remember I had a daughter, Rathnaiah, my firstborn, when I was 25, and I was taking a career break during that time. So what would I tell her? A couple of things. I think I would tell her that the biggest project you will ever work on is yourself, right? So constantly keep chipping at it, working at it to get better, get smarter, be more passionate. The second biggest project as a parent is always your child, right? We're Indian parents, we never let go. My mom still works on making me a better person every day. The other advice I would give is declutter your life. Be simple. Simplicity is underrated, right? Plan your finances. Shop smartly. Give away all your unused handbags, clothes. Be generous by nature. Declutter, remove toxic superficial people from your life. It just makes your life easy. And last but not the least, I would say, to me, well-being, right? Well-being doesn't just mean losing pounds or being overweight or underweight. To me, well-being is to make your life stress-free. Be happy, be passionate about what go after what you want. Don't let anything stop you. And don't, for me, planning is never 5-year or 10-year plans. I'm always a 5 one-year plans or a 10 one-year plan kind of person, and it always works because it's easy on yourself. Be easy on yourself, be kind to yourself, and also be easy and kind on others. But don't compromise on passion, right? To me, especially work-related, be passionate about your job. Otherwise, it's simply depriving somebody else who would have probably owned that job a lot better and done a better job. And like I said, leadership, you are a leader in your role, so never settle. That's my advice.
Thank you, Kaveri. So, in a world where you can be anything, please be kind. We have Adarsh who has joined us online. I have a question for Adarsh. Can you hear me, Adarsh? Do we have Adarsh online? Yes. So,
I hope you guys can hear me.
yes, we can hear you, Adarsh. We can see you as well now. So, Adarsh, my question to you is how to find time to take care of your well-being despite having a very, very busy schedule?
Okay. I mean, what's well-being? I mean, well-being to me is probably about state of happiness or contentment. That's what I would define well-being to be. And I think when we say busy schedules, I think most important is, do you enjoy what you do? I mean, that's one very critical aspect about what we do on a day-to-day basis. I think it's most important to enjoy what we do. Do we learn something new each day, or if not every day, probably every week? I surely, for one, can surely say that probably 17, 18 years in the industry, but still there are things that I learn something new each day or each week, and that keeps me going at least. And I'm sure a lot of people in this organization, also millennial crowd, I think it's important that we keep these two things at the helm of things, which is enjoy what you do and ensure that you're learning something. And I think the other piece with busy schedules that everybody kind of cribs about is work-life balance. I'm not too sure what that means, but I think it's more about work-life integration is what I would say is what is required, more than work-life balance. I don't think being in a service industry or be it any industry today, I think it's very important that we kind of integrate our personal lives and work lives. I mean, it doesn't mean that you bring family to office or take back that, but then it's about how you manage to do that. It needs to coexist. I think that's one thing which is very clear in my mind. And there are various things that one can do, right? I mean, come early to office, leave early. It could help you, manage things better. It could be, follow your passion also at the end of the day, right? I mean, I try to ensure that I get a game of cricket at least once a week. I mean, be it Saturday or Sunday, I ensure I get that. There are a lot of people who love music, who love dance. Try to make those small groups within office where you guys can enjoy that part of passion together and take things forward. I think, I think that's what keeps me going. And have those conversations about what you like. It's not just about work, even if it's 9 to 6. So ensure you enjoy what you do. Ensure you learn something or the other. And I don't think it's work-life balance. It's probably work-life integration that we need to work on. Yeah, that's my 2 cents on this.
Thank you, Adarsh. Thank you so much. So the valuable input that we received from Adarsh is have a personal life, have a professional life, Moreover, have a hobby. Once we have a hobby, we keep ourselves busy in that and we are happy. And happiness is the way to everything. Moving on, we have a question for Ramesh. How do you manage kids and work? Do you ever feel guilty for spending more time at work?
Kids and work.
Yeah.
My wife always critiques that I don't spend enough time with kids. So yeah, it's a very sensitive point, to be very honest, at least in my personal life. I think I could have spent more time with my kids, but what I do very consciously is whenever there's a parent-teacher meeting, whenever post-exams, when the teacher calls, or when there is an event where my kids perform, either music or whatever, I make it a point. So that is one thing which I do. On teaching them, I think I've never stepped on my wife's shoes. I've given her complete independence, complete empowerment, complete delegation. So if there are some doubts which are very, very difficult, I may be called. I try my best. I might not have been successful, but that's when I really help. So yes, I think with kids, I think it's always, everybody would feel that you should spend more time, because every moment the kid is growing, that moment will never come again as a parent. I think I could have done better, but I think I'm okay. So kids still, yeah.
So we'll take that okay from Ramesh.
Dad cricketer, and you'll have to cover for me. I'm not able to travel from Delhi. So we went to Windsor Manor, and at the same time there was an India-New Zealand match happening. So my production team, which is Shantanu and his cameraman, they said you don't have to get an agency to do the shoot, we'll come and shoot for you. So all three of us and one other person, spot boy, we landed up in Windsor Manor. We were supposed to start at 4 o'clock, so as usual, you know how celebrities operate. He saunters in at 6:30. And then he looks around, he says, I'm hungry, I need to, order me some food. So we said, okay, we ordered some food. And he starts drinking, right, alcohol. And we said, okay, this is going to get us late. By about 7:30ish, he's ready to sort of give us the time of the day. And so we tell the makeup man for a touch-up, and then he starts doing the touch-up. And then, in typical celebrity style, he's lounging on the sofa, and then he looks at me and he starts questioning me. So he says, what's your name? So the usual pleasantries. Oh, don't call me Mr. So-and-so. Call me by my first name. I said, okay, I'll start calling him by his first name. Then it gets a little further, where do you stay, what do you do? So I said, are you married, are you single? I said, I'm married. So he says, you know what, you're a localite, right? So tell me what are the hot spots in Bangalore. So I started reeling, you should go there, you should go here. Then he turns around and says, you know what, you should come along with me in my car. I said, I have my own car, I can follow you in my own car. And then I realized this conversation was getting a little nasty, right? So I was sharing these pictures with Jaika, my girl group, and so I was wearing jeans that had a zipper going through and through. So his next question was, does a zipper really open up fully? And then I knew this was trouble, right? And I could realize that Shantanu, who also, we'd worked together for quite some time, they started getting uncomfortable as well. So I said, now I have to, if it goes any further, then it becomes, tough for me, right? And I'll come out of this conversation being a little insulted or left out. So I think the first thing that came to my mind, I turned around and told the cameraman, roll the camera. So the camera guy started recording. So it took him a couple of seconds to realize that whatever stupid next question he was asking was getting recorded. He saw the light blinking. So he went quiet for a minute, and then he got up and he said, you know what, I'm not in the mood to shoot, and just walked out on us. Right? So we were stunned. So, and then we were debating, should we go after him? And he goes to the bar, to Dublin, and he sits there. So then we're talking to ourselves, oh my God, should we go after him? Should we call him back? Fortunately for us, it was not a paid shoot, right? Because celebrities, we had them on board as ambassadors, and they do few promo shoots which don't cost us. So I called Rohit, and then quietly Shantanu went and said, will you come back? He said, no. And then we said, okay, we waited for almost an hour, hoping he changed his mind, he didn't come back. So we wrapped up and we went back, and the first thing he did was he called all the top bosses in the SK and said, she's stupid, she's arrogant, fire her. So there are 3 life lessons I learned that day. One, that don't ever accept anything. There is no job, no promotion, no career growth that is worth compromising your moral code, your ethics, or your self-respect, right? So I stood my ground. Second, Shantanu on any given day, he's a very seasoned, in-demand, programmer. Any other given day, if I had told the cameraman to roll, he would have turned around and chewed my head and said, who the hell are you to give instructions to my cameraman? But both of them realized the situation and stood there in quiet solidarity. Not telling me, why the hell are you? And the cameraman quickly started rolling. To me, that support sort of made a difference, right? Because I said, here are two guys who are calling a spade and going against a very seasoned celebrity. Right? He's a World Cup winning cricketer, I won't pick names. And the third thing was my organization. He insisted that I apologize. Someone must have apologized on my behalf, but they didn't make me do it. They stood by me and then they said, we stand by you. HR called me and they said, listen, it's okay. And of course, with the media industry, it's not a pretty place. The e-channel thing is still okay, but the newsrooms have horror stories. You've heard all the Me Too. So I went on to do 2 stints with ESPN, right? I did one year, took a break to have my daughter, worked in another part-time and went back for 4.5 years with him. Had the organization given me a tough time or had I quit, I would have missed up on such a wonderful opportunity to learn so much about outdoor advertising, or traveling the world for sporting events, doing media. To me, that was such a learning ground. So I would have missed out on all that. So even today, when I look at the ESPN brand, my heart's first with mine. So my lesson to all of you is, and I see this in all the posh cases that we handle, always, it's a life lesson. You always tackle a problem when the problem is small. Tackle it right and then and there. Don't fester, don't settle, don't give up. And stand up for yourself. And always find that support. And I'm talking about 2003 when there were no posh rules. Extremely sketchy and it was very difficult to go to HR. Today we have so much support in terms of the strict guidelines. So much support. And to me my biggest lesson is one, stand up for yourself. Also when you see somebody in trouble, lend them that lending hand. That's my lesson. And I hope you guys take away something from this.
Thank you for your personal inputs there, Kaveri. I know it takes a lot to come out and speak about it and encourage the girls sitting here. Set your boundaries straight, girls. Whenever you think there is a red flag, there is a red flag. We have a 7th sense, to be very honest. You see a red flag, highlight the red flag then and there. Don't think of multiple consequences that are going to happen, because it will only weaken your stand, not the other person. That person will never improve. So whenever you see a red flag, highlight the red flag. We have the POSH committee here. We'll look after it. We have an impromptu question for you, Ravi. What is the most significant challenge you faced as a leader and how did you overcome it?
Good question. Probably I'll talk about my ADECO experience. A little bit of background about myself. Probably many of you might not know me. I am Ravi Shankar, part of ADECO for about 12 months or so. And I'm leading the FinOps for the APAC region, right? So, and I keep telling to my leadership, about background. So I've been working for about 27 years now, and what I keep saying is, this has been my toughest job ever. That's because how ADECO is. We are very local, and I come from global operations. So working with a local environment, making it a global process is always a big challenge, right? So that's what I wanted to say.
Thank you so much, Ravi. Over to Sonika. She'll take it ahead from here.
That was a really good session. Thanks, Sonam. Thanks, all the panel. I request you to please take a seat. And it's time for some more fun. So I would request Manpreet to please take it over from here and give us a fun tour.
Wow, after that long ass chatty section, the whole session since the 3:40 time, Are you guys excited to have some fun now? Yes. I can't hear you. Yes. A little louder. Yes. Perfect. And what about our peers who have joined us virtually? Can I have thumbs up from you guys? Thumbs up. Yeah. Virtually. For our virtual members, can we have thumbs ups? Show me how enthusiastic you are. I need thumbs up. Are you guys there? While that is happening, while I'm getting thumbs up from there, do I see thumbs ups from you guys? People? Perfect. Alright. So go ahead, we're going to Slido again here, we'll be using Slido again here. So please go ahead, scan through the QR code and start or wait on the bridge there, please.
Relax, brother. One second. ಬರ್ತಾನೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅದನ್ನು. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು. ವೇಟ್